Welcome to the hidden world of gaming. In this video, Black Vault will uncover the secrets hidden behind your favorite games and their dark operations. From hidden surveillance programs to digital spying, we'll discover how games are not just for fun, but tools of power and control. Are you ready to journey into the unknown? Let's go on this adventure together. In 2002, the US Army developed a game called America's Army. But this game wasn't just for fun. It was a strategic move by the military. According to BBC and NPR News, this game was a propaganda tool to get young people interested in the Army and make military life look good. Also, the Army set up gaming areas on military bases to support the game. This led to a big increase in Army recruitment. The game was designed to simulate real military training exercises, making it an effective recruitment tool. Military officials have admitted that America's Army played a significant role in attracting young recruits. Some conspiracy theories suggest that the game was also used to gather data on players' skills and behaviors. This data could potentially be used to identify individuals with high potential for military service. There are even claims that biometric data was collected through the game, raising privacy concerns. Privacy experts warn that such data collection methods could be invasive and unethical. Despite these concerns, the game has been successful in boosting military recruitment numbers. The immersive experience of America's Army has made military life appealing to many young people. The game has been promoted at various events and conventions, further increasing its reach. Online communities and social media have played a big role in spreading the game's popularity. Promotional videos and ads have also contributed to the game's success as a recruitment tool. The collaboration between military officials and game developers was key to the game's effectiveness. Ultimately, America's Army has become more than just a game. It's a powerful tool for military recruitment and propaganda. As technology continues to evolve, the use of digital tools like America's Army in military operations is likely to increase. The line between entertainment and military strategy is becoming increasingly blurred, raising important ethical questions. As we move forward, it's crucial to consider the implications of such digital propaganda tools on society and individual privacy. In 2013, Edward Snowden told everyone about the NSA's PRISM program. This revelation sent shockwaves around the world, exposing the extent of government surveillance. These documents said that online gaming platforms, along with big social media companies, were being watched by the NSA. The PRISM program allowed the NSA to collect data directly from the servers of major tech companies. News sources like The Guardian and The Washington Post said that agents were working in games like World of Warcraft and Second Life, using these platforms to gather intelligence. These virtual worlds provided a unique environment for covert operations. Secret chats within these games were being watched. Players' conversations, movements, and interactions were all under scrutiny, raising concerns about privacy and freedom. Terrorists have been known to use these platforms to communicate and plan attacks, taking advantage of the anonymity and vast user base. The fear is that these virtual spaces can be exploited for nefarious purposes. Conspiracy theories abound, suggesting that the data collected could be used for more than just national security. Some believe it could be used for corporate espionage or even to manipulate public opinion. The data obtained isn't limited to just text and voice. Biological data, such as facial recognition and even DNA, can be collected and analyzed. This raises ethical questions about the extent of surveillance and the potential for abuse. Intelligence agencies argue that these measures are necessary to protect national security. However, the invasive nature of these methods has led to widespread fear and distrust among the public. Privacy advocates continue to fight against these surveillance practices, calling for greater transparency and accountability. The debate over security versus privacy remains a contentious issue. As gaming platforms continue to grow in popularity, the potential for surveillance also increases. Gamers must remain vigilant and aware of the potential risks associated with their online activities. Edward Snowden's revelations have forever changed the way we view online privacy. The PRISM program serves as a stark reminder of the lengths to which governments will go to monitor and control information. The dark side of the gaming world is a reality we must confront. Understanding the implications of surveillance through these platforms is crucial in the fight for digital freedom and privacy. Released in 2016, Pokémon Go became super popular around the world because of its augmented reality technology. Players were thrilled to catch virtual creatures in real-world locations, blending the digital and physical worlds in a way never seen before. But did you know that the company that made this game, Niantic, is made up of a team that used to work on Google Maps? This connection raised eyebrows among privacy advocates and conspiracy theorists alike. The Washington Post and Forbes reported that the game collects data on where users go. This data includes not just the locations players visit, but also the routes they take and the time they spend at each location. Israel even banned Pokemon Go players from military areas. The concern was that the game could be used to gather sensitive information about these restricted zones. Secret surveillance? Or just a coincidence? The data collected by Pokemon Go can be incredibly detailed, providing insights into user behavior and movement patterns. This has led to fears that such data could be used for more sinister purposes. Terrorists could potentially use this data to plan attacks, knowing the most frequented locations and the best times to strike. The detailed mapping data could also be used to avoid surveillance and plan escape routes. Beyond location data, there are concerns about the collection of biological data. With advancements in technology, games like Pokemon Go could potentially gather biometric information, such as facial recognition data, which could be used for identity theft or other malicious activities. Conspiracy theories abound, suggesting that Pokemon Go is part of a larger scheme to monitor and control the population. While these theories may seem far-fetched, the sheer amount of data collected by the game is undeniable. Whether you believe in these theories or not, it's clear that Pokemon Go is more than just a game. It's a powerful tool for data collection and surveillance, raising important questions about privacy and security in the digital age. Secret communication in Discord and Steam chats. Platforms like Discord and Steam are known as places where players can talk freely. These platforms are popular among gamers for their ease of use and robust features. However, in 2018, a security report showed that Discord could leak data to other people. This revelation raised concerns about the security of these platforms. Also, The Atlantic looked into claims that some agents shared information through Discord during the Syrian civil war. This investigation highlighted the potential misuse of these platforms for covert operations. Could these platforms be secure places for intelligence agents to talk to each other? The fear is that terrorists and other malicious actors could exploit these communication tools for their own purposes. Terrorists are known to use encrypted messaging apps and dark web forums to coordinate their activities. The anonymity provided by platforms like Discord and Steam can be a double-edged sword. Conspiracy theories abound about how these platforms are used for espionage. Some believe that intelligence agencies monitor these chats to gather information on potential threats. The data obtained from these platforms can be incredibly valuable. It can include personal information, communication patterns, and even biological data like voice prints. Governments and cybersecurity experts are constantly working to secure these platforms and prevent data breaches. The challenge is to balance security with the freedom of communication. Ethical hackers and tech experts often debate the best ways to protect user data while allowing for open communication. The ongoing battle between privacy and security continues to shape the digital landscape. As technology evolves, so do the methods used by both criminals and those trying to stop them. The future of secure communication remains uncertain, but the need for vigilance is clear. EVE Online Digital Spies and Alliances. EVE Online is a game world full of social engineering and digital spying. Players engage in complex strategies, forming alliances and betraying each other to gain the upper hand. The New York Times and PC Gamer found out that alliances in EVE Online were made through spying and manipulation. These alliances often mirror real-world intelligence operations, where trust is a rare commodity. Are there government agents in this game world, which is a lot like real-life intelligence work? The methods used in EVE Online are feared because they can be a training ground for real-world espionage tactics. Terrorists and criminal organizations could potentially use these methods to train their operatives. The skills learned in digital espionage can be transferred to real-world scenarios, making it a dangerous playground. Conspiracy theories abound about the use of video games like EVE Online for covert operations. Some believe that intelligence agencies recruit players who show exceptional skill in these virtual worlds. The data obtained from these games can be extensive, including personal and biological data. This information can be used to profile individuals, predict behavior, and even manipulate actions. Analysts can use this data to understand the psychological profiles of players, identifying potential threats or valuable assets. The implications of this are vast and concerning. Government surveillance programs could potentially tap into this data, using it to monitor and control populations. The line between virtual and real-world espionage is becoming increasingly blurred. As players immerse themselves in these digital worlds, they may unknowingly be part of larger intelligence operations. The skills and data harvested from these games are invaluable to those who know how to use them. Virtual reality and online games are not just entertainment, they are potential training grounds for the next generation of spies and operatives. The future of espionage may very well be digital. As technology advances, the methods of espionage evolve. Eve. Online and similar games are just the beginning of a new era in intelligence operations. The digital age has opened up unprecedented opportunities for covert activities. Eve Online, a game, a training ground, and a window into the future of espionage. The digital spies and alliances formed here may shape the real world in ways we have yet to understand. Battlefield and Call of Duty missions, inspired by real operations. Games like Battlefield and Call of Duty often have missions that are similar to real U.S. military operations. These games are not just for entertainment, they are also used as training tools by the U.S. Department of Defense. The New York Times and Military.com report that these games help soldiers prepare for real combat situations. The realistic scenarios and environments in these games provide a virtual training ground for military personnel. Are the Middle Eastern operations scenarios in these games really just training tools? Some believe that these games are used to desensitize soldiers to the realities of war, making them more effective in combat. Conspiracy theories suggest that these games are part of a larger psychological operation to influence public perception and recruit future soldiers. The immersive nature of these games can blur the lines between reality and fiction, making players more susceptible to military propaganda. Additionally, the data collected from players, including their behavioral patterns and decision-making processes, can be analyzed to improve military strategies. Some even speculate that biological data such as heart rate and stress levels are monitored to assess a player's suitability for real-life combat roles. The use of video games as a recruitment tool is not new. Military recruitment ads often target young gamers, highlighting the skills they can develop through gaming. Esports tournaments sponsored by the military further blur the lines between gaming and real-life military service. Virtual reality simulations are becoming increasingly common in military training. These simulations provide a safe and controlled environment for soldiers to practice their skills. The technology used in these simulations is often similar to that used in popular video games. The data obtained from these games can be used to refine military tactics and strategies. High-ranking officers can analyze player behavior to identify strengths and weaknesses in their training programs. While the use of video games in military training and recruitment is controversial, there is no denying their impact. These games provide a unique and immersive way for soldiers to prepare for the realities of war. Game developers often collaborate with military consultants to ensure the accuracy and realism of their games. This partnership benefits both parties, as the military gains valuable training tools and the game developers create more engaging and realistic experiences for players. Ultimately, the line between gaming and real-life military operations continues to blur. As technology advances, the role of video games in military training and recruitment is likely to grow, raising important questions about the ethical implications of this trend. Counter-Strike Global Offensive (CS:GO), money laundering and illegal transactions. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has become more than just a game, it's also a platform used for money laundering. This method is feared because it allows criminals to move large sums of money without detection. BBC News and Forbes confirmed that trading skins in CS:GO is used for illegal money transfers. Terrorists and other criminal organizations exploit the system to fund their activities. FBI investigations have shown that this platform is a place where criminals do business. The data obtained from these transactions can be used to track and apprehend these criminals. Conspiracy theories suggest that the dark web and anonymous forums are also involved in these transactions, making it even harder for authorities to track the money flow. The data obtained from these transactions can include not just financial information, but also biological data like biometric information. This data can be used for surveillance and tracking purposes. Governments and cybersecurity experts are constantly working to combat these illegal activities, but the ever-evolving nature of technology makes it a challenging task. The gaming community and developers are also taking steps to address these issues, but the problem persists due to the sheer scale and complexity of the operations. News outlets frequently report on these issues. highlighting the ongoing battle between law enforcement and cybercriminals. Legal actions have been taken against some of the individuals involved, but the fight against money laundering and illegal transactions in gaming is far from over. International cooperation is crucial in tackling this global issue, as criminals often operate across borders. Advanced security systems and encryption methods are being developed to protect against these threats, but the battle is ongoing. The in-game economy of Counter-Strike Global Offensive continues to be a focal point for both legitimate players and those with malicious intent. Law enforcement agencies remain vigilant, seizing assets and making arrests. But the fight against cybercrime in the gaming world is a continuous struggle. Today, we looked at the dark side of the gaming world. We showed you the things gaming platforms are used for besides entertainment. We are here with Black Vault Project to uncover more truths hidden in the digital world. Stay tuned for more. Now, explore the power of deep intelligence. Subscribe and be a part of the Black Vault Project future. We are waiting for you. Come and join us.